Welcome to Real Talk Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have Katie Rowlett from Bend, Oregon on the show. Welcome Katie, how are you?
Good. How are you? Thank
I'm
you.
fine, thank you so much. Let's start at the beginning. What made you pick up your first set of weights?
Wow. I've been lifting weights for a long time, actually since high school. And I was just involved in sports. But where I am now, and kind of just to rewind a little bit, I just always love a challenge. And after college, after my running career was over, I needed something to challenge me, and so weights is where I kind of found it. So that's the reason why. It's a great challenge. It's a great stress reliever. So I have to say probably about, geez, I don't want to date myself, but it's been a while. It's probably been about 6-7 years since I've been in the gym.
So you're now working towards your pro card. Tell us a little bit about your plans.
Um, well, that's correct. I am working towards my pro car. So this year, last year I qualified for nationals in Sacramento. So I'm actually 2 weeks out from my show right now to go in front of the same judges. And then hopefully from there, it's a great turnout. My coach and I are really happy with our results right now. So after that, all depending on what the results of that show are, will determine what national show that I hit. So most of those will happen probably July from there on.
Okay, and how is your preparations going?
They're going great, actually. I'll tell you, it's one of those things, and oddly enough, coming from a running background, that's where I was. I would have to say that's probably the hardest thing of this prep. The food has been super easy. I've been able to add in a lot of food, which it's funny because a lot of people think that we diet and we starve ourselves, but reality is when you're eating 6 ounces of steak and 6 ounces of potatoes, so often, it's one of those things that's a challenge to get that food in. So it's been going really, really great.
Oh, great to hear that. You're a firm believer in visualization. For people listening who are not familiar with the concept, can you explain how it works?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think has made a dramatic change in my training and the results that I've gotten. And it's one of those things that I do every time that I lift, every time I do anything. Even this morning on the treadmill, there's certain areas of my body I still want to develop a little bit more. So, it's visualizing, it's putting that thought into your head and focusing on exactly what you're aiming for. To have aimless, actions, it doesn't get you as far as being determined exactly. So when you lift weights, it's visualizing what you want your body to look like. And for me, I have a ton of role models, a ton of people I look up to, but I visualize what I want my body. I visualize what change I want to see. So it's a great thing to start incorporating into everything that you do, whether it's a goal at work, whether it's how you want your relationships to go. And that's what I love about fitness is I think people are pretty narrow-minded in the respect that they think that it just has to do with fitness. And my goal is to take the things that I do in the gym, like visualization, and to be able to translate that into work and everyday life. So it's just basically putting that thought into your head, the change that you want to be, and working on it all the time.
Besides visualization, what are some of the other things you do when you want to achieve new goals?
Oh, wow. I think I'm one of those people that it's discipline. It's just making sure that I don't do things, it's either black or white. It's on or it's off. So I make sure that, all areas of my life are set into place, and I make sure that I can really go forth and do it. So discipline is a really great thing, and it's wholeheartedly going after it, not having that expectation that I'm going to back off at any time whatsoever. And I think that sometimes people don't realize that when they step into a goal or set a goal for themselves, it's starting and finishing in it. And I make sure that aspect can happen. Visualization is so important, and that's probably the first step. And after that, it's just the discipline and making sure that I wholeheartedly, true-heartedly want it and won't stop at anything.
How important is the support of people around you when it comes to your success?
Oh, wow. It's tremendous. It's one of those things that I attribute all my success to. It's one of those things that, sorry about that.
No problem.
It's one of those things that I think without the people surrounding me, I couldn't be where I am today. I mean, without my coach now, I couldn't have made the strides that I've made. You know, even getting into it, the coaches and the trainers that I had, I couldn't be where I am today. My family, the understanding that they have when I go through the dieting and the prep and everything, you know, because it's a struggle mentally, physically, and just to have those people that allow you to be yourself in those moments. It's one of those things that's an integral part. And honestly, whether it be, you know, I got inducted into my high school Hall of Fame 2 or 3 years ago, and it was one of those things that sitting there watching people give their thank you speeches and talking all about them, you know, I felt it was so important to share that without my coaches, without my friends, without my family, I couldn't be there. And I feel that same way today. So it's honestly as important as the weight room, as important as food. All that support system is just as important.
I agree. Yeah. How do you handle setbacks and disappointments in your life?
Oh, wow. That's a challenge. It's one of those things that you struggle with, you know, and to be honest, there's been times that it's got me down. I try to have those things. It's one of those things. It's not how many times you fail. It's how many times you get back up. So it's one of those things that, you know, it's no pain, no gain. And, you know, I just shared that with one of my fellow girls I trained with the other day. And it's honestly true. It's just as with the success, you're going to have just as much failure. And setbacks are one of those things that you can just use it, honestly, as something to strengthen you. Just like resistance training, you know, it's painful and it stretches you. And it's the same thing with setbacks, but it's one of those things that you have to try so hard to wrap your mind around, because it can be defeating at times. And to tell you the truth, like I said, it is, but it's one of those things that I just make sure that I put it into perspective and say it's all part of the process, because there's so much that goes into all of it.
Who do you look up to as an athlete and why?
Oh, wow, there's so many of them. I think in the sport of figure, who I look up to most is Erin Stern. She's and who doesn't, right? She's just great all the way around. I think that where I find that there's similarities is I really find that she's kind of one beat off of everybody else. You know, she does her own training. We come from similar backgrounds. We both came from track and field, so I can really, you know, relate to her training, how she's out on the track. I actually just started introducing that back into my workouts, and it's done tremendous things. So, and I really like the fact that, you know, it's all individual. You know, there's so much support that goes into this, but at the same time, you know, she really keeps her individualism, and I love that about her and really try to emulate that.
You posted on your Facebook page that strong is the new skinny. What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow. It's so funny because that actually came from a post that I got from someone. I posted a picture of myself because I was proud of my developments. I mean, I came from a running background, so, you know, muscle wasn't a thing. It's one of those things that they call skinny fat, which you're skinny, but your body composition isn't made up of much of anything. And I posted a picture of myself, and I got the comment of yuck. And so, and it was so, to me at first it offended me, but I think at the same time there's so many misconceptions out there. So the strong, you know, is the new skinny is the fact that body composition is one of those misconceptions I think that a lot of women don't understand, and that you can be 110 pounds and not be healthy versus being 120, 130 pounds of muscle and almost look thinner, but you're a lot stronger. Women have to worry about osteoporosis, all those negative things, and just to build that muscle is so healthy. So that's exactly what I mean by that is to be strong is the new skinny versus being skinny and not being strong and healthy.
Great. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, geez. I'm hoping, you know, becoming a pro is one of those things that again, like I said, spinning off of Erin Stern and individualism. You know, I really want to try to set myself apart, and me going after my pro card isn't necessarily just so I can say I'm a professional. I mean, it's a great thing. I love a challenge. But in 5 years, I hope that I am a professional figure athlete, but at the same time, I'm helping people, that the circle and the people that I've touched has grown, that I'm translating everything that I do in my everyday life to normal people that want to reach goals and it isn't even the same goals as mine, you know. In my job, it's funny because I visit medical offices, and And I feel like more and more I'm getting asked, how do I diet? How do I do this? With the moms that are busy, the doctors that are working 80 hours a week. So in 5 years, I hope that, I'm successful, that I've actually achieved this goal, and that I'm touching lives more than I am now through all of this.
I'm sure you will do great.
Thank you.
What's the best place for people to connect with you online?
Well, I've actually just got introduced to all this online social media, thanks to Victoria Adelis. She's been so great. But I'm just now, I have my Facebook page. I also, and if you go to my Facebook, there's a link that's www.nofinishlinefitness.com that I'm starting to develop. It's in the beginning stages, but I hope to do more with that. I just got on the Instagram, so it's one of those things that I'm slowly but surely understanding the importance of social media. So right now it's Facebook is exactly where I'm doing everything, but my hopes is that I will be blowing that up a little bit more, and then again, like I said, with my No Finish Line Fitness, trying to do more with that, so you can look to see and keep checking on a constant basis, because there will be some new things going up with that.
And your link to Facebook is?
My link to Facebook is www.facebook.com/Katie Rowlett Figure.
Okay, I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
Awesome, thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers?
Just it's one of those things that if I could translate anything that I do and anything that I've been doing, it's anything's possible. That's one of the things I used to work in weight loss and helping women, and it was funny because at first they thought just because I've never struggled with weight that I didn't understand what they were going through. And I think the biggest thing that I could bring to the table, and the biggest thing I want to translate to everyone right now, is anything is possible that you put your mind to, and just don't give up. It's, if you think about anything in life within reason that you wanted, you pretty much got it. And so that's the same with fitness goals and becoming healthy. It's just being realistic with your goals and making sure that you set goals that are obtainable. And like you said, understand that there's setbacks, and not to let that, keep you from getting exactly what you want, because it is out there for you to have. And hopefully I'm living proof of that.
Thank you so much, Katie, for your time. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
You're doing a wonderful thing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.